Well, I think that, you play with who you got, and it was a really good team who was, ranked just like IAU is, high on third down. So there's some space plays that we just missed, and, we got to find some different ways to affect the quarterback, but that's hard to do when you're down men and everything else. But, it's going to be a challenge for us this week. You're playing another offense that has 13 transfers. I think Oregon's quarterback, that was his 58th career start. I think this Rourke's, I think it's his 42nd or 43rd career start. So, you got experienced guys back there pulling the trigger. So it's going to be a tough challenge. When you lose the games that you lose, you're disappointed. But, when you've done it, as long as I've done it, there's seasons like this where things just happen, and I told the defense for the season even started, it's going to be a different year. It's going to be a different season. And, continue to harp on trying to get our depth to come along. I think there's a couple guys that are starting to step up now. Finally, that you don't have to play so many guys for so long. But, it's like one of those things that, it's the tough spot for the position coaches and also for myself is, when the game's on the line, you want Mason, you want KG, you want your guys in the game. A lot of these games we've played of late, the game's been on the line for 4 quarters. So it's hard to find that spot, that sweet spot. And I thought we did a better job of it, in the second half. And then also, the last couple games, we've started making guys come out of the game. And, so we could just find that sweet spot with that. It would help us. But, from what I expected before the season, you always expect to win. As a coach, you do. But you also know that anything can happen. And, the thing that I always talk to the players about, losing is learning, and it always has been. Different ways you can do things, different ways they can prepare, different ways we can prepare. And injuries are something that, that crop up during the season. And that's why, really, I think in college football, you need to be 3 deep, not 2 deep, but 3 deep. And I know that's where our success was the 2 prior years is the depth that we had. You're seeing all the guys that are starting now were backups. I mean, that's facts. And, we just got to keep working our tail off to keep bringing depth in here. And, it's like I said, this offense is going to be the oldest offense by age that we faced here at IU. At IU, and they hit the trial. They hit the portal just like Oregon did. So they have just as many portal receivers as what Oregon did, and everything else. So it's going to be a tough challenge.
Given that Mason, KG, and Bill are most likely to leave, I mean, what gives you confidence about the future of the defense? Because you did talk about the depth.
Well, I think that what gives me the confidence is watching our, the position coaches, which I've told you before. I think they're the best in the country, not only in coaching their positions, but in recruiting. And I think that we're going to have to attack this offseason, as hard as we can to turn some spots around and turn some spots over. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Sure. I mean, it's like I haven't sat down and thought about the long haul. When you're 61, you just try to think about tomorrow. Yeah. I'm glad that I'm here. I love the players that we have. I think that it's obviously a different game, but it's a lot better than being in some places that are 2-7. That would be a question for all the position coaches, really. I'm sort of like the closer. So when they start talking money, I just say, yeah, well, we'll get to that, and I know nothing about it. But let's make no mistake. I do know this just from listening. When someone says money's not important, money's important, and it's important to all of us. I mean, it's not like you look. It's important to all of us. So, I mean, that's just where we're at.